Greetings, dear listeners. Hope you're all doing well. I want to share with you a true story that's happening right now. I have a big field, a green space behind my house, although right now it's a white space because of all the snow. The other night, after midnight, I was staring out my kitchen window at the snow, shimmering in the light from a brilliant full moon, when I noticed some dark shapes moving out in the field. I couldn't make them out at first, but soon realized I was looking at a pair of dogs. Rather large dogs. Rather large dogs and a solitary person. Somebody was out walking their dogs after midnight when it was minus 30 Celsius. That's minus 22 Fahrenheit for my American listeners. People and dogs were always out in the field, but there are limits. I have a pair of binoculars in the kitchen, which I use for bird watching. Bird watching, as in feathered friends, for bird watching. And I grabbed them. I knew most of the people in the area and their dogs, so I thought I might be able to figure out who these nocturnal visitors were. I trained my binoculars on the nearest dog and almost dropped them. What I saw was no dog. It looked like a huge gray wolf. But that was impossible. We didn't have wolves around here. A coyote maybe, but not wolves. I must be mistaken. It must be a husky or a German shepherd. I took a second look, but then the thing reared back on its haunches and howled. Howled! There was no mistaking that howl. It was definitely a wolf. And the other one? Yeah, it was a wolf too. But what about the person with them? I turned the glasses on him, as I knew somehow it was a him, and almost dropped the darn things again. The figure was tall and thin and dressed entirely in black and hooded. Hooded! It was wearing a black cloak, like an executioner. I know it was extremely cold out, but I don't believe this person was wearing the cloak to protect them from the elements. And then I noticed that the wolves had turned in the direction of the house and seemed to be staring towards it. And then I noticed the human figure was also looking towards the house, looking, in fact, directly at my kitchen window. Could it, see me? I drew back into the shadows, away from the glass. In fact, I went and hid in my bedroom. Why? Because a sudden wave of fear had washed over me. Whatever was out in the field was unnatural somehow. Something I wasn't supposed to see. Something evil. However, I steeled myself to take another look, and, of course, there was nothing. No one. No wolves. Nothing there. Nothing there. So what did I see? Was it an hallucination? A guy in a bunny hug with a pair of pet wolves? No, I think I saw a Wolfman. Not the Wolfman, a Wolfman. But first, a little backstory. Back when I was a little kid, a real little kid, I mean, LBJ was president and Deef was Prime Minister of Canada, Back then, when I was a little kid, I bought a comic book called The Wolfman. On the cover was a picture of what appeared to be Lon Chaney Jr. as the Universal Pictures Wolfman, my favorite monster. So I figured the comic would be about him. It. Wrong. Instead, it told a weird story about a village somewhere in Europe that was being terrorized by an evil man who used a pack of wolves to attack his victims. This evil man looked a bit like Henry Hull in The Werewolf of London. I knew my Universal monsters. Well, the evil man may have looked like the Werewolf of London, but it wasn't the Wolfman. It wasn't Lon Chaney Jr. I was disappointed at the time, but since then my memories of the story have intrigued me, and I wished I remembered more about it. But why am I telling you about some ancient comic book? Well, I'm wondering if what I saw was a wolfman. A wolfman. An evil man who controls and directs a pack of wolves. Directs them for nefarious purposes. Nefarious. Were they out in the park looking for unwary victims? A wolfman and his wolves. And if so, do they know I saw them? What do you think, dear listeners? Did I see an evil wolfman? Or just some random guy taking his exotic pets for a walk? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and stay safe, stay subscribed, ring the bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and feel free to share this video with anyone you please. If this is your first visit to my channel, please consider subscribing. My name is Warren, and I write and tell original ghost stories and original horror stories featuring such cryptids as the Night Floaters, Werewolves, and the Black-Eyed Children. So again, please consider subscribing. Please help me to reach my goal of 2,500 subs in 2022. Till midnight. Cheers. Pictures used in today's video, courtesy of Pix here. That's PX here. While the music was the haunting Living in the Dark by the incredibly talented Mayu.